Oh, right, good morning all. I think I already said that. I forgot I was actually doing this today. So we're going into Bydde. We're on a little side street up in Tredegar. It's a bit of a pain in the arse to get in here. It's a bit tight for me really, because we got all them bloody cars by there, and they weren't there yesterday. So we might struggle a little bit by here now, but we'll have a go. We was doing it yesterday, okay. Up you go, my love. Go on. Okay then, just sit there and fluff about. Yeah, we're gonna do a couple of these, maybe 2 or 3 loads of this, and then we've got other stuff to crack on with. It's gonna be a long old day, I think. The problem I got reversing in here, you're not gonna see it, but it's quite a nasty little hill goes down. So it does get a bit tight on the 5th wheel. So you're gonna wait a minute. Yeah, so you've got to be a bit careful, or you could end up catching the wheel tag axle, which is not what you want. Not what you want at all. There's a doctor's surgery just past this site, and they just dump their cars everywhere to go there. There's no parking for them. It's a bit of a problem. This is all going to landfill. It's no good. Can't be recycled or nothing like that, unfortunately. Is that him done? Nope. I have another one. Landfill site's on the upper road. I think you can turn around in about 40 minutes. There and back. Yeah, but I've got this trailer's got to go in for service, and then back on the low loader. Huzzah! Are you done yet or not? It must be. The other problem I got by here, because the trailer sits on a hill, the bloody scales don't work. You've got to be a bit careful. But we haven't been overweight yet, so that's one thing. So we can, is he done? Yeah. Oh, battle prep. It's all about the battle preparation. Oh, we'll block the road, don't worry. Oh, that's a bit tight. I'm going to struggle by here now. Oh, let's have a go then. It's a bit tighter than yesterday. Come on, number one, you've been doing it. It's only a little trailer. Oh, like a glove. Like a glove. Yeah. Oh, nice and tired. putting gear is always a real good idea. Oh, the old school run is on now, so traffic's getting busy. 20 minutes on, this will all be gone. Yeah, every car under the sun in Wales now is coming this way. Come on, girl, up you go. Whoop. Oh, a little trailer will go anywhere, people. Go anywhere. So we're going to run this up to the landfill site, and we'll tip it off and then repeat the process another 2 times, I think. Yeah, we might have enough time to do another 2. Let's see. We'll see. I was up here a couple of weeks ago, and in my infinite wisdom, I thought to myself, I'll go out the other way. I'll show you what I mean now, because I had a bit of a moment. Up by here, you go under the shopping, bloody trees, shopping centre. Takes you under 2 little tunnels. So that's wonderful. I'm well within my height. The problem is, I can come under you with a low loader coming this way. The car's coming towards me. I can come that way, no problem at all. However, coming out this way, that's a different story. I did come out here the other day with the low loader on, and to say it's a bit tight would inevitably be probably the biggest understatement of the year, because I had visions of having to phone my boss and explain why I'm wedged under a tunnel. I don't normally panic about a lot of things, but to say my bum gripped the seat would be the understatement of this year. I even trickled a little bit of wee down my leg. I genuinely thought I'm stuck. We literally just managed to nudge the trailer through it. Not really a conversation you want to have, is it? You know, phone your boss up. I'm stuck. Where to? I'm stuck under a tunnel. Why are you stuck? Because I'm an idiot. Because there's actually no there's no weight restrictions, length restrictions, anything coming through there. There should be a length restriction going through though, with a note saying idiots not allowed. Right, let's get this up here anyway. joy of no wheel arches, because I'm going to rip them off otherwise on the job wheels on. We're going to quickly wash this off, and just going for the 6 weekly, which could have done without that today. I haven't really got time. So get the wheel arches back on, get the trailer washed, and yeah, we'll crack on with the rest of our day then. Fun times, eh? Fun times. Don't like it with no wheel arches on, but it was either that or they'd end up getting ripped off, so take them off. Quick wash of the old trailer, seeing it's been on a landfill site, because to be fair, I wouldn't want to work on a trailer which is stinking dirty, same as a lorry. So quick little wash off, keep the fitters happy. They might do a better job and not be as violent as some of them are, and they're smashing the crap out of it with a tapping hammer. I think some of them use a lump hammer, I'm not sure, but yeah, so we've cleaned that off nice and easy. Thank you for the measurements of the mud flaps. Magic, 200mm. And when I get a chance, I'll get out my distance finder and we'll work it out. I think I can lift those flaps a little bit more on the back. I nearly got stuck again today on a landfill, but that's because how bad the conditions are up here. Before anyone starts, because I know there'll be somebody. I know. So, calm down, Kevin. No, you're not supposed to take your wing tops off unless you've got a full trailer covering the axles. Then you can take them off. You're not supposed to do it the way I've done it. However, if I didn't take them off, they'll get ripped off when I reverse down the ramp into that job. And I think a set of wing tops is about 400 quid. I'm not wrecking a set of 400 quid wing tops, and there's no way a bit of plastic's going to stop me from doing a job. It's got to be done, end of. If the site was bogging, pardon me, on the side street, I wouldn't do it, because obviously you get a lot of stuff flicking up. When I come off the landfill site, there's a wheel wash, so you can have all your wheels washed off, so you still haven't got crap in there, so it limits everything. But no, you're not supposed to do it. But to be quite frankly, I'll drive the wheel nuts off this thing if it earns money. Do you know when you see something and you think to yourself, that's quite hilarious, but trying to explain it across to somebody else, it's not as funny. We're going to pick back up 2 machines. Apparently it's 3 now. A 6-ton dumper, 3-ton digger. They're going down to Buryport, and I got a 21-ton machine coming off a job in Cardiff, which was the job I dropped the machine off, if any of you remember. Oh, my apologies, I thought that car was going the other way. Yeah, they've knocked the building down, and now the machines are done. We got to go and get one. I picked one up yesterday, actually. Not yesterday? Was it yesterday? No, what day is it? No, Monday, sorry, Monday. Wednesday today? So, yeah, we're going to pick that up because our job's come to an end. And it's going to be a late one. It's going to be a late one. 20 to 12. 12, if I can leave the yard for 1, be in Bridgend for 2ish, Buryport for about gone 3. Yeah, it'll be about 5 o'clock if I pick that machine up tonight now. Think of the hours, Russ, think of the hours. Because in this job you can do long hours. A lot of long hours. Boo-hoo. It's like driver shortage. There isn't a driver shortage, right? It's a complete and utter load of, right? It is. It's just, there is a shortage of good quality drivers. But that's about it. But all I'm hearing, I don't, politicians, the RHA, the unions, are talking completely out the backside. They have no understanding of this industry whatsoever. But then again, most politicians and unions don't have an understanding of what they're supposed to represent. But all I'm hearing is long hours, long hours, long hours, long hours, long hours. Ah, for the love of God. For the love of God. When I first started driving, there was no such thing as long hours. It was always a case of I couldn't get enough hours. At the end of the day, I'm out to work, so use and abuse me. I used to go away on a Sunday, back home on a Friday. So as far as I'm concerned, as long as you're paying, I'm going to keep going. And on many occasions, we did keep going. It was irrelevant of the rules were stretched and bent, and they weren't exactly, you know, perfectly straight. But that's how we earned money. That's how we earned good money back then. Ugh, God, that sounds terrible. But on a normal average week, Monday to Friday, an easy week was 65 hours. I didn't mind that. I'm not going over in the week, so it don't matter. So I might as well earn the money. I'm staying out. Give it yeah. And then on a heavy week, we could be quite a lot more. Right? So without trying to hang myself too much. It's not coming across very well, this ain't, is it? Yeah, without trying to hang myself too much, if the carrot was dangled, I'd chase it. Plain and simple. The jobs always get done. But now, all you get is, oh, the hours. You've come into an industry where you're allowed to work 15 hours a day. 15 hours a day. Not 9 till 5. Right, you know, you're doing your Mickey Mouse 37.5 hours. Come most Wednesdays, I'd already done 40 hours. If I started Monday, Wednesday, 40 hours easy. But all in, bitching, oh, my hours. Don't like the hours, fud off someone else and work, right? Don't be bone idle. The hours will never change very much in this job. There's no way, it's impossible, because everybody wants something the next day. They're all complaining that these massively ridiculous long hours. Don't do the job. Go and work somewhere else. Go and sit in Asda's. Go and stack a shelf. I don't know. Just do something else. I do agree the money needs to go up. Substantially, in all fairness. But don't grizzle about your hours. I don't see my family. I don't see my family a great deal. I do now because I'm home every night. But I can still do an average day for me is still 12 hours. So what? Anyway, that rant's going on a little bit. Let's go and drop this trailer off. Maybe we'll continue the discussion later on. I do not know. Strange how we all have our servicing done by DAFs, isn't it? You know, DAF lorries, Volvo lorries, they do it all. Can't work out for the love of money why that is. Really strange. It's not exactly if a garage we used to use told us to go somewhere else and don't come back. Not on those words though. If you know, you know. So these are the two weeks delivering out. Swap that one for that one, and I am going to reverse all the way up the hill. How cool is that? That'll do me nicely. This one's going back to the hire company. That one's going to one of our jobs. And then, well, into Cardiff for tonight. Yay! Fun times! It's a balls out coming down here. I've got to reverse all the way up the hill. And we're done. And that one's off. Bye bye! Yeah. I love when it's nice and easy like that. How clean the floor is. Oh, not driving through a swamp. So far so good. Got rid of the dumper and we're on our way back to Cardiff, which I was hoping to be there at 4:30. It's now 5:30. We're still not there. We will be there now in about 15 minutes. And it's getting dark. The sun goes down. Right. My hat into the ring. Driver shortage. I got too much in my head going through it all, so but bear with me. Is there a driver shortage? No. Is a shortage of good drivers? Definitely, 100%. But throwing money at it, I don't think is the solution. Some of the web pages and Facebook pages, I wouldn't go to bed for £1,000 a week. Well, if you need £1,000 to live, you're clearly overstretching yourself financially. But you know, each to their own. I'm hearing of ridiculous wages in some places, especially on like agencies and stuff like that. You know, like £25 an hour for you know running around in a Tesco lorry and stuff like that. Ridiculous. I don't think throwing money at the drivers is going to solve the problem. You know, not at all. The other thing as well, it's not just the UK. We've got a driver shortage. Poland, Austria, Germany, Spain, France, Italy, Scandinavia, they're all struggling to find drivers. I might jump back and forth different bits here as well, so apologies if I do. I'm going to try and speak as quick as I can to get it out. I would never go back to driving for RDCs, delivering food and that type of stuff. There is no way, because you are treated like a dog. Christmas time last year, oh hang on, the government announced they're going to give 5,000 visas for European drivers to come back. Okay, it was announced yesterday 127 actually applied. The reason is most European countries or European drivers who've now joined the European Union, their country's now up and running. Poland's a perfect example. When I first went to Poland, it was rough. That was 18 years ago. But now they can pretty much earn the same in Poland as they can if they were in the UK. Well done, I say, tidy. Why would you want to come back to the UK then when you can earn that in your own country and be home? Because a lot of the Polish drivers and used to be the Romanians and things like that, they'd work for companies over here. They'd be over here for months at a time. Absolute 6-7 months of the year. They'd be over here sending money home. And good on them, I say. Oh, that was lucky. It's come to a standstill there. So yeah, that's not going to solve the problem. The UK haulage industry. What's the guy's name? I completely forgot there. His solution, he's the MP for transport. His solution was extend the working hours. Drivers are already knackered. They've worked to death. The other thing, I'm jumping back and forth. The other thing as well with why the European drivers won't come back is, don't forget what happened last year at Marston Airfield. There was hundreds and hundreds of drivers stuck there. It had nothing to do with Brexit and all that type of crap, and all this COVID, a lot of rubbish. They were held there as a political statement by France. So, you know, those boys are looking to get home. They weren't home. Yeah, the MP's ideal solution was extend the working hours. My head is going like it's not 1,000,000 miles an hour, so extend the working hours. I can legally work on 6 cards 85 hours a week. 85 hours a week I can work legally. That's not all driving, okay? You've got to take into account my driving and work. You work in an office, what are you doing? 8 till 4, 8 till 5, toot off home in the night. No, you might do 50 hours, you know, a bit of a Saturday morning shift. So it's a lot of hours you can be allowed to work, and a lot of companies will want those hours out of you. My other grump as well, if you don't like doing long hours, don't do this job. It's very inconvenient on your life. It's, like I said, extremely long hours, can be. Not so much now because my job has changed slightly. And you've got to be flexible. Unfortunately, a lot of the time the job will have to come first. If you're wondering, oh, that's not right, the job shouldn't come first. No, it shouldn't. But if I don't turn up to work in the morning, there could be 4 or 5 other people that might not be able to work because I couldn't get stuff to them or so on. That's the way I think. The government, they should all be brought out and publicly punched in the face because none of them have a clue what's going on. None whatsoever. It's to the point that it's scary. I was reading through LinkedIn, basically a business Facebook thing, if you don't know what it is. And I'm reading through it. There's a post come up of a guy who was a director of a transport company. Apologies if the camera's a bit shaky, I got you in a different stand. So the director's question was, how can I encourage new drivers in? Somebody underneath was also a director who ran a transport company. His solution, or one of his things he used to do, was we offer our drivers a nice cooked breakfast. Wow, mate, don't get over, will you? We offer our drivers a nice cooked breakfast so they can start their day. That was the solution. You are, mate. If you've got 20 drivers and you offer them a breakfast every day, you're going to nip down the cash and carry, spend 30 quid to have enough bacon, sausage and egg to feed the Titanic. The other one was, we offer them healthcare. We got the NHS. So, excuse me, but what the living fud? There's a whole host of other things. There was a thing called the Kent permit. So if you was travelling down to Kent to transit Dover, Calais, you had to notify Kent Council that you was going to go down there and travel through. And you had a 24-hour period. If you didn't, they were basically booking you for being in the Kent area because you shouldn't be there. They literally put a complete stop to all HGVs parking in the Kent area. There's a lot of fruit and veg pickers down around here, that type of stuff. So they got to go there. A lot of that type of work is very strange hours, because depending on what's been picked, and it's got to be shipped and gone. It's all on a timed basis. But Kent Council and most of the Kent people, I'm afraid, should be brought out and publicly shot. You can't say when a lorry can come back and forth, when it's going to a delivery or a collection. It's your food or parts of a building to be brought to that area to build, to make new businesses or new houses. So that was disgusting. They said it wasn't profiteer from it. They made a nice little few shillings off that. So whichever way you seem to turn on the transport side of things, you're constantly, to me it seems like they're looking for an angle to maybe get a few shillings off you. The driver's CPC is a complete waste of time. It's pathetic. I'll guarantee you, out of 100 people, if you put them all through the CPC course, right, within a week, one of them will ask the most basics of questions of driver's hours and things like that. Now I know some people will struggle with it, they don't understand it, but it is your bread and butter. And these stupid arguments to start appearing, oh well, the CPC this and the CPC, it's dog poo. Right, it's not worth anything. But we have to do that. What's it? Certificate of professional something, whatever it is. We have to do 35 hours over 5 years to get the ticket, a little card. Companies, oh, nearly fell over. Most companies will pay for you to do your CPC, that's fine, but you have to do it in your own time. So like a Saturday, give up a Saturday, they pay the instructors and you go and do it. So it don't cost you nothing as such apart from your time. There's a lot of companies won't do that. A lot of companies will charge you, or they'll say, look, we're going to do a CPC, we'll get 10 of you together, you pay for it, and we all get in and do it. So you have to pay for it and you lose a day's time as well. You lose a day's work over it. Some people can't afford to lose a day's work. But you can sit through the same module of that CPC, the full 35 hours, just keep repeating it. That's it. There's no tests. There's nothing to say, oh, at the end of this day you've got to do 20 questions. There's none of that. It's a verbal thing. So you're basically sat in the classroom listening to what is 9 times out of 10 somebody who has no understanding of what's going on. Doesn't at all. So one of the other things which really drives me mad, I had a bit of a discussion with one in my last one about load security, and in all fairness, the guy, fair play, stuck his hand up, he went, I'm wrong. Alright, fair enough, I appreciated that. But even one or two of the other drivers are a bit like, oh, hang on mate, I think you're wrong here. But he's only going off the book. Another problem is you normally have these planners who, especially in the big companies, you've got a little older Kevin on the phone, you phone up, you see what your issue is, and Kevin goes, the computer says you should be there at 3 o'clock. So you've got somebody trying to get you to do things they don't understand when you have a problem. Like, look, it's 5 o'clock, I got rush hour. Yeah, but my maps tells me you'll be there in 20 minutes. Yeah, it's rush hour, and you can rush hour on the M25, you can add an hour on your journey straight away. So there's just a whole list of problems. I can keep going with this now. And like I said, last year, when COVID kicked off, we were the heroes. We're now back to being dog poo on your bottom of your feet. It's just infuriating. They're on about the shortages. There's no shortages, because there's not a shortage of stupid people in the world, because they seem to be controlling the asylum. When you go to a lot of RDCs, you'll have trucks parked everywhere, waiting to be tipped for hours and hours, because a lot of the warehouses, even though they've ordered this product, they can't store it. So as fast as they can get in through the door, they try to put it on another lorry outside. So certain companies, no names mentioned, if they've gone up to like some companies or big food companies and gone, I tell you what, we'll have 1 million tins of beans and we're going to buy them for this price. A lot of these big companies are going to go, oh yes, no problem. So they'll supply them those, you know, those tins. But that RDC has not got the capacity to deal with that volume in a short period of time. So basically, the RDCs think, haha, cheap free storage, we just leave it on the lorry outside. And that happens like you wouldn't believe. A lot of the time with the RDCs, it's just you're dealing with morons on the other side. You go to most RDCs, and if you think I'm joking, I am not. 1 second, brain work, Russ, brain work. Sorry, I'm trying to think which way to go. You go to most RDCs, and there's actually the desk will be built in a way so that the driver or somebody can't go over the other side and grab hold of them. If you think I'm joking, I am not. Or a lot of big companies will have like a small little window. You just slide your paperwork through. And the reason is because drivers have gone for them over the counter because they've been treated like shit. So the list of problems is endless. Should we go for the part 2 in a minute? Because I'm about to get to my collection. So I'll go for the part 2 of what things should be done, or what I think should be done. God, there's going to be a lot of rabbiting on this one, isn't it, children? Right, we're going to pick this up and I'll get back to you in a second. Remember this? This was what was it? Offices. Offices are no more. And we're loaded. So he destroyed the place, and John, and most of the plant, but shh. Well, that one. What's going up here?
16-story tower block.
16-story tower block. Bit like that one. Cardiff turned into a mini London, I think. So when I first started with Rob, we was doing those buildings there, all the groundworks, and that was one of the first places I went to with the hook loader, which was a massive pain in the ass. Got reversed down the street, but we got on with it and done with it. Right, well, I'm going home. I don't want to play no more. I don't no longer want to play lorry driver. I want to play go home. I've had enough. Anyway, but say ta-da to Will.
Ta-da.
Bye-bye, Will. Right, let's go. Yeah. Don't even know. What's the time? 20 to 7. See what I mean about long hours? 20 to 7. I started up at 6. Shocking. Oh, another day in paradise. We're actually like 2 days on the last time I had my camera on, because I got slightly busy. Yesterday I was on the same job as a landfill job. So nothing too exciting on that one. This used to be the old Tesco's cold stores. Some of you might know it. Also known as Satan's butthole, basically. A horrible place to come to. Our demolition company was contracted basically to strip the building back to its base shell. And we're almost done now. A lot of the work being carried out down here now is the new contractors coming in. And I spent a lovely 3 days down here just taking them panels from out of there to about there. And it bored the living shit out of me. So we're going to find the boys and we're going to find out what's going on. I'll pick up some steel. I don't actually know what steel I'm picking up though. At least there's plenty of room inside anyway. They took all the walls down. Up inside the load. So I just lifted the air on the trailer. I've even took my sign down for you people, because I don't want to change the mounts on my camera. You have no idea the things I do for you. Yeah, I'm pretty sure some of you would have been to this absolute horrible, dire place of an RDC. This was Tesco's cold stores. Unfortunately, I have spent quite a few miserable hours in this place. Kind of hoping trailer don't ground out. Shouldn't. Should be alright. Yeah, when I was taking the panels in and out there, this is where literally just coming up and down this ramp with a flatbed on, and is she gonna ground out on here? And yeah, just back and forth, literally a couple hundred yards. Nice little easy day, but it was absolutely belting it down. That on the top, by there, it's the old roof, the old thermal panels, and it was a joining wall in the middle of there, about where that dumper is. Big old place, very big place. Ah, oh, and look at that. And Will is back here again. Up there, is it?
Yeah. He's going to put those 3 pallets on you first, Russ.
Alright.
So I'll move those 2, and then he can drive down where I am, put them straight on the trailer.
I'll drive through now.
Huh?
I'll drive through. What's it? Those 3 long ones there, is there?
Yeah, those 3 over there, yeah.
I'll drive through now. Oh, 3 pallets over there apparently. Strange, used to deliver you, and now it's gone, and I'm here when they're taking it apart. Right, we'll get these pallets on, and there we go. Yeah. So there's nobody above me working. Oh, I hope they fit on the bottom bed. Let's find out. That's what's loaded. Nice and easy. Yeah, so we don't ground out on the ramp on the way in and out. I'm on my merry way. 3 straps and gone. So that's all that's needed. Well, I think it is anyway. That'll probably come loose now. Literally just down the road when it bounces, so I'll check that now before I get on the motorway. It's only about a mile up there. That should be enough. So, my boss lives on a farm, as some of you know. And there's one thing I can't stand doing. I absolutely detest this to the hilt. Is having to go up in my lorry. I absolutely hate coming up here in the truck. And I've just tried to phone him and he won't answer the phone to me. And he knows full well why. So, I'm not happy. I'm not very happy at all, people. There's no need for this. And the best part is, this isn't the worst part about coming up here. Oh, I'll pull that mirror in. It actually gets a bit narrower. But there's a perfectly good tractor and trailer sat in my yard where this material would have quite comfortably gone on there and we could have brought it up here. But no, my boss thinks it's funny to send me up here. I've texted him, I phoned him, he will not answer. So he's probably in a meeting, mind, to be fair. Listen to that. That's probably my beacon's gone. Yeah, that's probably a beacon. Damn you. Just no need for it. Yeah, that was definitely a beacon. Oh well, didn't need them anyway. Beacons are overrated. So the actual problem we got is this corner coming up by here. It's a lovely corner. Perfect 90 degree. I can just hear the bump banging on the top of the roof. Listen to all that noise. She will go round. Yeah, see, so fun times, lovely fun times. I swear, I'm gonna kill him. I just love it. It's just like, it fills me with warmth and happiness listening to all the trees drag across the cab and possibly take out the beacons, which I'm pretty sure I've lost a beacon. I'm adamant I have lost a beacon, but there you go. Right, I'm off to cry now. I really am gonna cry. This is just an act of savagery I just can't comprehend in my mind. So the thing is, I messaged my boss I even phoned my boss. And he didn't answer. So, I know my boss very well. Well, I say very well. I know him enough that after I got up to his premises, about 5-10 minutes maybe, my phone rings. Surprise! So we had a conversation. He laughed, I laughed, he laughed some more, I cried. He said, shut up and get on with it. That's no problem. Actually, he didn't say that. I had choice words, he said choice words. All good fun and games, you know. I even said to him, the only reason you're returning this phone call is because you know full well that I'm at your place. Because I expect you've run downstairs and asked our delightful transport manager, have a look at the tracker, tell me where Russ is. Bath plug. And he did laugh at that one. So I'm pretty sure that could have been true. He probably sat up in his office absolutely wetting himself, knowing full well I'm in full-blown tantrum mode. Not tantrum mode, that's wrong. I shouldn't say that. Annoyance. Yeah, we'll call it annoyance. So, he knows full well I don't like going up there. But it is his name on the door and I gotta shut up and get on with it. But I always do it in protest. Always. I always make my point clear. It's not fair. I got a major scuff mark on the top of the cab up there. Not happy. Yeah, so we laughed, we joked. Oh, and after he phoned me, knowing full well I'm at his premises, he replied with a text message which I'd sent him. There's a pink Nolan's lorry there. Oh, never seen that before. And there was a woman driving it. That's crazy, isn't it? Yeah, he then replied the message to me, which was, oh, only know, seen your message. With a face, with hands over it like that, the monkey face. Yeah, right, oh, he knew. That's all I'm going to say, right? We'll let that one rest now. It's all done and dusted. Very muggy. I had a bit of a thing about the driver shortage, so it's alright given the list of problems and everything else, but I suppose you still got to have some kind of solution to it if you're going to give a list of problems. Same thing again, there's a lot running through my mind over this, so I'm going to try and keep it short and sweet and as quick as I can with it. I don't think wages are the solution to it. Stupid people will chase big money for a job. At some point, wages will get too high with some companies. They won't be able to afford it, and they're just going to fold. They're going to have to shut up shop. A bit dark in here. So that's not really the solution. You still got to have some kind of level wages. But a lot of people do seem to think just throwing money at it, throw money at it, it's going to solve it. It's not going to do anything of the sort. $3,000, I think somebody said to me, to do your HGV 2 and 1. I know now that the law in their utter stupidity have changed, so you don't have to do a car trailer test or class 2 anymore. You can go straight to class 1, which I think is ridiculous. Well, not ridiculous as such. There may be out of 100 one which will have no problems, you know, can quite comfortably do it, but I still think you should do a class 2, and I do believe you should do about a good 6 months, 12 months maybe on a class 2 just to get yourselves a bit more settled. Drop the price on the license for the start. It's an obscene amount of money. You know, who's got $3,000 to do a license? Or, you know, there's very little funding for you to do it. I haven't really heard of a great deal. There's not a lot of apprenticeships around. Most insurance companies won't touch young drivers until they're over 25 anyway. So it defeats the object. But to drop the price on the license would be a massive incentive. better parking facilities. There is the UK service network should be shut down. It's disgusting. But clean services, tidy services. You're paying to park in some services £30 plus £30. You're still getting robbed, but that's okay because it's secure parking. That's not okay. But as long as you're there and you've been robbed properly, then the insurance companies pay out. Wow, that's very backwards thinking. I don't understand why you should pay an obscene amount of money. If you're paying £30 a night and your driver's having 4 nights out, it's £120 you're paying just to park up to be robbed. So better parking facilities, much better. The thing with the services is some people travel up and down the motorways very rarely, so they don't mind paying £1.50 for a bar of chocolate on the very rare occasion they go up and down there. But if you like parking in them regular, most nights you can only get some kind of fast food, it's not acceptable. This is why we're all tubby, you know, this is why we're all little tubby monsters. So much better facilities would go a long way. Better treatment in a lot of the distribution centres. How much is that? But just basic manners. And the fact you're not sat there 2, 3, 4, 6 hours waiting to be tipped. So that's not happening. But a lot of places you can't sit in your vehicle, so you've got to go into a waiting room. Okay, that's fine. There's a chair, that is it. Probably stinks of piss and somebody's probably been sick in a corner, but it's just disgusting. So it's one of the reasons I won't go to doing RDC work. So it's none of it's a mass complicated thing, you know. It's just better facilities, a bit of respect. Don't go amiss. Don't get me wrong. Not all drivers are awesome like myself. You do get the odd plant pot. CPC, it's not worth the time of day. Don't care what anyone says. It's not worth nothing. Guy looking at me strange with it because I'm talking. You're like, huh? What are you looking at? And councils and districts and all that type of stuff, they need to get a grip. This pushing lorries out all the time, we still got to go to you. I'm a firm believer, and I would be first on the motorway to protest for any lorry to stop going the M25. Plain and simple. Tell you what, jog on, right? Anything within the centre of London, up your guts. Not interested. We'll drop it all off outside, and you can come in your little vans and pick it all up. But that would never work because the volume of traffic would probably quadruple. So you're constantly getting pushed by the government for like ultra low emission zones and all this type of thing, which is always cost onto the haulier, always cost. The person who picks up that cost is the customer. Unfortunately, the haulage industry is an extremely cutthroat game. Everyone's always touting for work, and if you knock a £5 off a load, you might think, oh well, it's only a £5, but if you're doing 50 loads, it builds up to a lot of money. I mean, I said about Kent Council, they're disgusting, but there's no incentive to go into the job. The hours, what would I do about the hours? Nothing. That's part of the job. That's just it. You know, oh, I've had to work 15 hours, blah 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 blah. I first started driving, if I'd done an 80-hour week with a bit more maybe, it'd be a lot more. But my wages did reflect. So anyway, but that was a long time ago. Things like naughty little boys, all gone, that type of stuff. Everything at the moment is pushed towards shutting laybys off and motorway networks and all that type of stuff. Hello. Used to be able to go up the A1, there'd be laybys everywhere. Now they're all shut. So it's like, okay, where the lorries park? I don't like parking in truck stops, and I don't like parking in services. I'm quite happy to find a nice dark little corner somewhere and stay there. But you can't always plan your day. So, you know, if you're in a lay-by, you're in a lay-by, that's it. Like I said, don't bother me, it bothers some people. But everything at the moment is pointed towards is to do the most, well, it seems to me it's all done on purpose, just to make our lives hard. I do have people complain at me when I'm in a street delivering a machine. I don't want to be there, and they think I want to be there. So I'm trying to think of things, and I'm not doing very well at it at the moment. I did have a list of things in my head the other night, because obviously I've had time to think. Still can't think a minute. But everything is basic. You haven't got to change the world. It's just a bit of basic things. When you turn up to some premises, they won't let you use the toilet. Well, why not? Oh well, it's employees only. How can you say that? That, as far as I'm concerned, I'd walk out in the middle of the yard, drop my dacks, and I'd lay some cable in front of everyone. I would. As disgusting as that might sound, I have no objections to that whatsoever. And when somebody's going to you, you're a horrible, disgusting person, and go, well, can't use the toilet. What do you want me to do? Sit there and make myself ill? There is like a pile of other things. I don't really think some of them are worth mentioning because they're minute things, but it does boil down. Just some basic places, better parking with tidy food, not somewhere where you've got to be exploited by overpriced food, which is normally crap, parking facilities which are not fit for purpose. There's very few truck stops in the UK I would recommend, so I can't really comment too much on that. Most of the truck stops I wouldn't go in because it's crap. A bit of manners, you know? Manners cost nothing. Please, thank you. I always remember a friend of mine. He was how can I say? He was a little bit of a naughty boy. Okay, let's put it that way. He was a naughty boy, and he was known to kind of bend some of the rules. When he had done a delivery the one day, he backed on the bay. He had a load of frozen food on. Backed on the bay. Literally seat back, paperwork in, and he had a snooze in the chair. Right, he was in the light chair. The shunter driver come up, banged on the door, starts ranting and raving. Now my friend is not one to take that kind of approach, and he was told, you can't sleep in the lorry, mate. You've got to go inside. It's like, oh, for God's sake, really? As you know, it's unnecessary. All he's trying to do is catch up on some sleep scenes. He'd had a extra long night. So got the lorry, went in the waiting room. When he come out, the same shunter driver who'd woke him up was flat out in the cab. He wasn't sleeping for very long after my friend decided to return the favour in a rather more abrupt manner. So, you know, and if that's happening with each other, you've got no chance of it. You don't want to do this job. Infighting with one another, it's like, get a grip. But my biggest solution to it is health and safety. Shove most of it out the window and do this thing that I used to do, is take your kids with him. What better way to get somebody interested in what you do or a career than actually getting them out to do it? That's how I learned most of my stuff. I went with my old man. You don't see like a lot of tradespeople, you know, taking their kids like they used to on a weekend. Right, come on, grab the bag of tools, away we go on site. That's how kids learn. It's the best way of them learning. And I generally believe if most drivers could get away with taking their kids with them and stuff like that, the shortage would ease. Because they get used to that way of life, they understand it, and there wouldn't be such a big push for massive improvements, which is a bit of a naughty way of thinking. But that would solve a lot of it. Right, I'm waffling now. I go back to the yard. I'm going to try and wash my lorry, try and get some of the scuff marks out of it, because I'm still crying inside. And I might have to phone the auto smart man to bring me some things that might make me more happy. Boss is paying anyway, you just don't know about it yet. Oh, yard's getting a bit full of late. Not much room. Yeah. Anyway, It's now Friday. I thought to myself, yes, let's go home. Let's have a nice cold beer. Let's, you know, start enjoying the weekend. Balls. That's not happening now. Because, wait for it. Hate it when this happens. Stay there. Balls. And we're back. Yeah, thought I'd done a nice easy day, you know, nice little finish. Not happening, so oh well. Everyone else is going home, but only the true warriors are staying on, since it's now gone 5 o'clock. We're gonna load this one there. There's another one around the corner on that one. So she'll be on full tilt Monday morning. She'll be a big old heavy girl. Well, I'll have to ask my boss man if I can show you his new toy, but I think I'm still forbidden a minute. But I'll find out for you, because it's quite cool. But I'll have to ask him when I can show you it. My boss likes toys. And I can't find John. I was going to take the mick out of John, but can't find him. No John, the guy who left, who then come back. That John. Right, that's 2 on. And how do you say? Nice to. Hello. That one's not ready though. We're supposed to be, but it's broke. So we're gonna squeeze down on the arse end and then well, go, providing it's fixed. Hopefully we can find the fitter. You're a bit like Houdini, our fitter. Now you see me, now you don't. You can't find the staff.
Stop talking about yourself.
Broke it. Broke your day. I wanted to get loaded tonight so that in the Monday morning I can stroll in, you know, like the Don I am, yay, and turn the key and go. Instead, do what I gotta do now, which I think is scandalous. I gotta lift the ramps up, I gotta park the lorry up, and I have to put that on Monday morning. That's if it's fixed. I just can't work under these conditions. I can't. I refuse. Do you think all the other great artists have to work with these conditions? I don't. I'm going to see my union rep. Damn you. It's not acceptable. It's Friday. I want to get loaded. I want to go home. Oh. Anyone think I've been to my boss's premises this week or today? You'd never guess. Actually, you would if you look at the lorry. We got some war wounds, some scuff marks on the side of the cab. But you know, we'll let that one go. Seeing it's not my lorry and it is, so. Because if it was mine, no. It wouldn't have gone up there. I would have found another idiot to do it. Alright, anyway, have a good weekend all, and well, speak to you soon, and bloody blah and all the rest of it. Before I depart home,
all the battle scars. I mean, it's just not acceptable. It's not. No, that one. That's the worst one. Look, there. Remember there. Shouldn't have to work under these conditions. I shouldn't have to. Right, I'm off now, so have a good weekend everyone. Enjoy yourselves, and bye bye for now.